Ramsay Bolton.
Ooh, Ramsay Bolton. Well, Ramsay Bolton is probably on the category of nobody liking him, probably having to do with his love of torture and rape, which, generally speaking, makes you not too likable.
Not to mention, I mean, for the guys in the room, it's really hard, and I mean, really hard to get behind somebody who cuts off another man's penis.
Yeah. He's not super likable. He seems like he's a sociopath. He seems like he's antisocial. He has no remorse. He does pretty much whatever he feels like. He obviously enjoys to hurt people because we've seen him do it many different times.
I would go so far as to say there might be a micro fracture of a chip on his shoulder.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's obviously aspiring to be liked by his father. So he has a very high amount of ambition.
A dude with daddy issues.
He has ambition. He can plan pretty well. Because he had this whole scheme planned out with Reek. He basically converted Reek to a brainwashed soldier.
He did kind of go a little bit of Maslov on him.
Yeah, he did. He really has good schemes. He's very able and capable to plan things ahead. And he has no remorse, which, makes him a shitty person, but will help him quite a bit in playing the Game of Thrones.
So, if he's ever your neighbor, I would consider moving.
Yeah. But to be fair, have we seen many times of him having outbursts of anger? Because I can't think of a specific example, but if I had to guess, that his emotion might be his downfall. But he has seemed to stay relatively in control.
He has. And I feel like I've seen an outburst or something, but it was insignificant.
Yeah, I can't. But seeing just that little bit, because a lot of times when you have someone who's basically a freaking sociopath, when their kind of plans and their enjoyment and their pleasure gets interrupted,
that usually makes an emotional instability.
Emotion comes in, and emotion is when you make mistakes.
That's where chaos erupts. And then there's a ladder. Oh, that was a circle.
So basically, if I had to give him a downfall, that's generally what I would say. But we haven't really seen any good mistake come from that yet. So for the time being, he is one of the better players in the show.
For the time being.
You think? I mean, I wouldn't put it past him to have some moment where he makes a very big mistake and he puts himself in a bad place.
Madness always unhinges.
Yes, and I think you're right, and I think that is due to happen. But we can only really go on what we've seen. And another thing...
That's some sick shit.
We have seen him... He's also very capable in combat, because when he purposely lets Theon escape, he dispatches guards very, very swiftly, very effortlessly. So he's very capable of taking people out that he needs to. So,
I mean, he is a product of the North.
Yeah.
And nobility of the North.
And I can come up with another flaw, which is he probably won't have Robb Stark's ability to inspire.
Oh, of course not.
It's going to be hard to get behind, first of all, a bastard, and second of all, a guy who tortures the shit out of people.
That is right there, you just said it, is the fact of the matter is when it boils down to, is at the end of the day, he's still in his father's shadow.
Yeah.
Because his father still runs the house.
Yeah.
He might be a legitimate heir now, but what it boils down to is this is a family that does things in a very cold and cruel manner. He's obviously worse than his father.
Yeah.
But this is something that it's a short-term power grab because these types of leaders are never capable of holding on to it. There's always dissension in the ranks.
And I think that is right, and I would like these predictions to be remembered for the next season. However...
we understand some concept of political landscape, and shit's gonna hit the fan.
So, but the question we are asking is he dumb?
Yeah.
I would disagree. I don't think he's dumb. I think his schemes have worked very well, He's one of the only people to truly progress throughout the time of the show. All our other major characters, with the exception of Littlefinger, have decreased in some way. And he has come a long way. He's the second strongest person in the North. He is now considered officially a Bolton. He's no longer a bastard. And he has, created quite a dynamic of power for himself. So he's obviously good at progressing.
But when you have cruelty and you have no respect for your peers, that will create dissension. It always does. It has happened throughout history.
But here's the thing. As a person, Game of Thrones is a very realistic show as far as characters are concerned. And characters do change. Jaime Lannister is a great point. And we can only go off what we have seen. And yes, that potential is there.
But that's
doesn't
the thing, though,
make him dumb.
His plans have worked out to this point, and I will concede that every day.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that it succeeded does not change the direction it is going. There's no examples in history, in real life, nothing of that path ever being successful. And what it's shown is, even if he does change, even if he became like the big lovable teddy bear, he's just like, I want to hug everybody.
Yeah.
He's going to have burned someone in his past who will come for him.
And that's true, but I'm not necessarily saying that he is going to have to become a good leader to be considered smart.
But
he
as
could
opposed
easily
to someone,
go off on his own and create some different type of scheme,
But as opposed to someone like Littlefinger, who everything operates through mirrors and smoke, and nothing runs back to him.
Yeah.
Littlefinger has people who don't like him.
Mm-hmm.
But Littlefinger does not have concrete enemies because
That's
nobody
true.
knows he's responsible.
He's certainly not as political as Littlefinger.
But
so
Bolton's enemies could fill this fucking notebook.
So we are pretty split on whether Ramsay Bolton is dumb. So this is a good opportunity for you guys to jump in. What do you think? Do you think Ramsay Bolton will make these horrific mistakes, or do you think he has the capability to adapt as he progresses?
Bitch is gonna die.
Tommen Lannister is Sansa Stark male version.
Yes!
That is the best way to describe
She can only
him.
do what she's told to do.
He is the most professional witness, but he's even worse than Sansa because he has the most power in the world and he doesn't use it. He just sits there and goes, Mom, what do you think I should do?